Hello YouTube, I'm here at HW Music in Preston with
Richard Harfield.
Hello Richard, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is the Lowdown. What are we looking at today?
Well, today we're going to have a look at the RCF Art 715. Now, this is the Mark IV version. Obviously, there have been 3 previous ones, and it's been a consistent bestseller over about the past 20 years. Basically, it's a 15-inch powered speaker. You've got a 15-inch speaker there, a 1-inch compression driver, and it's ideal for DJs, singers, any announcements. Dead lightweight, really, really good sounding. And we're going to have a comparison with the RCF and the Yamaha as well.
What's the Yamaha?
The Yamaha is a DXR15. It's designed about 4 or 5 years ago in conjunction with Nexo. Now, Nexo are a French company who make absolutely top-end speaker systems, and the DXR is just sitting on side a Nexo PS15, which is about £4,000 a pair. So it's got a lot of heritage behind it.
They do look very similar in terms of shape and build. Obviously, you've got the metal grille on the Yamaha, but the sort of foam on the Nexo.
Yeah, it's almost as if they couldn't think of a different size cabinet to make. Yeah.
Decide to, right, we'll just copy that and but make it different. Okay, let's get comparing.
Right, okay, so difference between these, pretty much the same sort of price, give or take, 50 quid or so. Both got 15-inch drivers. The specifications that RCF say, they say that theirs is a 1400 watt peak handling speaker. Yamaha say that theirs is 1100 watts. These really have to take with a pinch of salt.
I'd probably say so.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of size of a venue are you going to be using these sort of speakers on? What are you talking? Pubs, small clubs, or can we go up to somewhere a bit bigger?
Well, really,
obviously with a set of bins, more than likely.
Yeah, it depends on what you're putting through it. If you're putting a band through it, I'd say get some bass bins as well to go with them. Basically, 200 or 300 people, that type of thing. It all depends if they're listening to you. I mean, if you were doing a big venue and it was spoken word or something like that, you could have a couple of thousand people who are listening to you, and you could cover it no problem.
So differences between the two. This one says it's 1400 watts. That's peak.
That's peak. So really, it's about 700 watts.
Yeah, if we're talking RMS.
500 watts on the bass end and 200 watts on the top, that sort of thing. And then this one here, so it's 550. You're looking at probably about, I think Yamaha say 450 on the bottom end and 100 on the top end. Yeah. It's not split 50-50.
So if you've got a pair of either of these and say 1000 watt PA, are they both active or are they passive?
These are both active, so they've got the amplifiers
so you don't even need.
So you don't need
just a cheeky mixer and everybody's happy.
Yeah, and they're all under 20 kilos, so they're easy to carry.
Okay,
which is very, very important for people
nice
with glass backs like myself. So you need to make sure that it's easily carryable. The frequency response pretty much is the same, so that's how much the bass goes down to. So you're going to get a really nice firm bass. They both go down to about 50 hertz, and on the top end it goes up to 20 kilohertz. So it's pretty much the range of the human hearing.
Yeah, they very, very rarely get anything over 20. Most music's only mixed to around sort of 16, 17.
Well, I can only hear up to about 15 anyway. So.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. Inputs, what have we got on the back?
So on the back here, we've got XLR.
Yep,
XLR in. You've got a link output.
Just so that you can
only
go one
link
input
another one
and then off to another one for 2 mono.
And you've got a jack link as well. And then you've got your volume control on the back. Now, we've actually just set it on full.
Full, yep.
Which is actually plus something dB. There's a little mark there. I think that's for 0 dB. Mm-hmm. You've got 3 lights. You've got a status just telling you that it's on.
It's turned on.
You've got
a signal coming in.
Signal light comes on there, and if you're driving it too hard, it's got a limiter, so it just makes sure that it doesn't distort. And then you've got an input sensitivity switch, so you can actually plug a mic into it. If you were using it for school fete or something like that, you can just plug a mic straight into it, and it's a basic PA system. Heatsink on here, it's just been ticking over, so it's just slightly warm. It's a digital lamp, so it doesn't actually chuck out an awful lot of heat. It's very efficient. It mains in with a conventional IC and a main switch there. The Yamaha, a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So basically, you've got a full mixer here. It handily says mic or line, and there's a switch there, so you can plug a mic into there. Again, you've got volume control here. Flat out is plus 10 dB. We should really have it on 0 dB. There's an LED on the front, which you can't. It's quite handy to show that it's actually on, but you can disable it should you want to. Again, there's the 3 lights here. You've got power light, protection. That's if something really, really severe has happened, and it just wants to protect the speaker.
Big danger light.
Yeah, you don't want that light coming in. Signal light. Yeah, and a LED light. So
peaking.
That's in case you peak. Got a through, so that's basically to connect another one to it. There's another input here, so you can use these together. You can plug a music source into there with jacks, or like a keyboard or something like that. Again, there's a volume control on there. And a further line input, that's got 2 phonos, so it's for like a CD player. If anybody uses CD
like
players still.
iPod, something like that.
Yeah.
Standard.
Something more modern. And it's also got a link out to next DXR. This is a clever Yamaha thing. So if you're using other Yamaha speakers, you can link that, and you can have them running in a stereo or mono mode. Very clever little facility that. So you've got a switch.
Front of house main speakers.
Yeah. Then you can switch it off so it's totally flat, or you can have it as monitor, so it takes the bottom end off but boosts the top end.
Yeah. And
you've got this high pass filter as well, so you can roll off the bass at either 120 Hz or 100 Hz. So if you're getting a lot of very, very low feedback, you can just knock it off, and it'll clean up the sound. Built. These are actually built in China. These are built in Italy. Now, I quite like the fact that things are made in Europe. There's a 7-year warranty on these Yamahas, though. They're pretty confident they're going to work.
Fairly impressive.
Yeah. 3 years on the RCF.
Which is a standard kind of normal warranty. 7 years is quite impressive, though.
7 years is amazing. They were having a bit of competition with QSC to see who got the longest warranty.
All right, then, let's flip them back round, and you can give me your verdict out of the 2.
Now, what do they sound like? Well, there's no point us playing you some music and then you're listening to them at home with your speakers, because we've got all this electronic wizardry that changes the sound anyway. So you just have to take my word
on their
for
phone.
it.
It's not really going to give much of an accurate depiction of the sound of a 15-inch PA speaker at the end of the day, is it?
No, at all. I mean, really, with these 2 speakers, you can't go wrong with either of them. They're both very, very good speakers. From a sound point of view, the ART is just slightly brighter, and it's just got a slightly more solid bass end. But apart from that, there's not an awful lot of difference. But I thought I'd put the cat among the pigeons, and I'd just try an FBT speaker. Now, this is the FBT J12A. Now, it's only a 12-inch speaker.
It is a lot smaller.
And it's cheaper than both these speakers here. The power handling, it's not as much. There's 350 watts in the bottom end and 100 watts in the top end.
That's not bad, though, considering you're only looking at sort of 500 and
yeah, you're looking at 2/3. Yeah, 2/3 the power, I'd say. And
you can still push that many watts. Can still push a lot of sound.
Yeah, maximum SPL is down a bit. I mean, that Yamaha claim 133 and 131 for RCF. FBT is only quoting 129, but the sound on that speaker is amazing. Wouldn't it be nice, though, if FBT made a higher power version of something like that?
With a 15 in it. So it matches these ones.
They do. But It's not got a 15-inch in.
Oh,
It's got a 14-inch.
colour me intrigued.
Yeah.
14?
14-inch. Well, the reason why they're doing it is that if you are a vocalist and you're singing in a 15, as you get higher, especially with women, there's sort of an area where you're starting to go into the horn and you get crossover distortion, and that's what makes your ears go. It's a bit.
That's the sort of the mid-range where it's not quite low enough for the 15, but it's not quite high enough. Obviously, there's going to be elements of it in the tweeter anyway.
Crossover,
that horrible mid-range period.
But 12-inch is fantastic for that. So 12s are superb for vocals. Yeah, so it's got a 2-inch compression driver, which could be harsh, but it's really, really well designed. So it's for really, really big places. It's a 900-watt power handling. And it is probably, well, in my opinion, the best sounding lightweight portable speaker you can buy.
Just that there is.
Full stop, yeah. It is twice the price of these guys, but it is a very, very good speaker.
Get your money's worth out of it.
And
that's that.
This one
this
there.
Bad boy at the back. Behind this one
Yeah.
is this lovely little looking thing over here.
The Promax 114A.
There you go.
That is a superb speaker. This is a new version of the Promax. It used to be called the Promax 14A. Now it's called the 114A. And it's even better. 19.6 kilos. So it's really, really lightweight. And just sounds amazing.
All right then. So, summary. Out of these two, which is your favourite?
RCF.
The RCF. This is your little ace in the hole. If you're not looking for quite as much power, but you want a really good sound, a bit lower price.
That's right.
And if you've got all the money in the world and you want the best sound possible, this man here.